Level-wide lockdown in effect. Please remain calm. Level-wide lockdown in effect. Please remain calm.
Anybody pooping? Nobody pooping? Okay. Just checking. Three? I don't even have a level 2. Okay, so that door's locked. That's the red light.
Won't open while the floor's on lockdown.
Acquisition team is hereby approved to acquire additional research subjects for ongoing study related to Project Arbitus at the Lake House facility. Prioritize outcomes as ordered. Both subjects brought to the Lake House for study. Tamitha Booker, her work is more commercially successful, thus more likely to yield results based on proven cases. Edward Booker, less successful than Tamitha, but theater is more widely recognized as art than true crime novels. Observe the subjects at a distance and only move to acquire if the opportunity arises. Under no circumstances can this operation draw the attention of local law enforcement.
Finally, someone who isn't a painting. Hey, hello. Who are you?
Sorry, got a flow going. Can we do this later?
No, we cannot. I'm Agent Keira. I'm with the government and I need your name.
I'm Ed Booker, the playwright. And I'm hitting my stride here, so can you guys stop with all that banging and screaming? It's throwing me off.
What are you even doing? What are you writing?
Well, after you all abducted me in the woods, I've been working on this manuscript you gave me because you need it for some experiment or something. I kind of forget the premise. But, you know, I've had this block lately, and filling in the gaps of this story has really loosened me up. Copying the style is a nice constraint, but I still have lots of room to play. It's a solid creative exercise.
Where do you think you are right now?
In an immersive writing workshop.
Well, bad news, it's not a writing workshop. Good news, it's not a writing workshop.
Right. It's a government facility studying the power of creativity. That makes way more sense.
Look around you. How is this a workshop?
You have to stay in character. I get that. I'm in the theater business too. And look, the sets, the costumes, all great in that, you know, campy, 70s sci-fi kind of way. But you could dial down the role-playing like 15, 20%. Just some professional advice.
Sir, whether you are aware of it or not, there is a situation here. I need you to stay in your cell until I can resolve the matter, okay?
Uh-huh, got it. Hey, no one's been around with food for a while. I could go for some dinner when you have a second. Oh, and can I get my phone back? I want to call my wife. I don't know how Tammy found you guys, but she killed it. 5 stars all around.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Oh, it's good.
Shadow monsters represent capitalism, which means the flashlight is the power of the artist. Sheer creativity tearing through the shadowy cloak of corporate cookie-cutter bullshit. Kill the metaphor. This is good stuff. Clip. Good work with that. Short to the point. Visual metaphors. Imagery. Government spreading darkness. Trying to control the uncontrollable. Speaks to climate change, oppression, disenfranchisement of immigrant minority populations. Lots of heavy themes that are dark. Sci-fi rapper. Love it.
First piece of content produced by the subject is severely disappointing. It is not remotely similar to content to the wait pages we provided as reference. Why is it so focused on my marriage? Why is Jules the protagonist? Why is it set in an actual lakeside cabin? What is happening at the end? What the hell is in the sky? Did anyone brief Booker about the concepts he has to write about? The lake house, the shadow. You need him to match Wake's style exactly. It's not going to work if he has no clue what he's writing about. We need to get this sorted. We need progress now. Why isn't he taking this seriously? When I spoke to him, he thought I was an actor. I want to understand how serious we are, whatever it takes. Continue the story from page emotional tone, distance affected to his mind as he stared out from the lakeside cottage's windows. The sun setting was a storm.
I wonder what happened here.
Jules Marmont looked at the painting. He didn't understand it. Saw only random whirls of color. Drugging Lane made him more compliant, but his work had turned abstract. Jules needed more art his team could parse, could test, trial and error. These abstract explosions of color complicated the data. His grip tightened around the letter opener in his hand. The piece of art he needed was hidden inside Lane. If Jules could simply cut the painter open and pull the painting out of him, he would. The overhead lights flickered. Jules would make Lane cooperate. No more drugs. Less carrot, more stick. Jules had to go faster. He wouldn't lose to Diana. Nothing else mattered.
I can't paint anymore. I know you want me to paint, but I can't. I'm empty.
Rudolph, no. You love to paint. And you are such a talent. This is just the classic artist slump.
No. No, I hate it. It's just taking from me now. When can I leave? You said you'd let me leave.
Ah, Rudolph, but you volunteered to come, remember? We are helping you, like Dr. Hartman did. Perhaps you need to see our doctor? I can arrange that.
No. No, that's... I am feeling better. Much better. I will paint.
Ah, this is wonderful to hear, Rudolph. I knew you would come back to your old self.
off land has shown a decline in redacted over the past several months. Initially, this redacted presented as an increase in resistance, frequently declining requests for work. However, given time and pressure, subject would always relent. Subject's attitude towards art has also undergone a change recently. He is disinterested in his work, quickly becoming frustrated and sometimes even damaging or destroying the piece before it is completed. In the past few months, his work has become much more abstract, no longer showing true-to-life subjects and landscapes, but rather conceptual art that is harder to define or categorize. Whether this sudden interest in abstraction was a form of rebellion or a consequence of growing redacted or a source of genuine artistic interest is unknown. As of yesterday, subject refuses to touch his supplies. He claims he will not paint anymore and wishes to leave. Subject's refusal has effectively halted all research while the team can continue on to run tests in the backlog of paintings. They estimate that there is little new information to gain. Subject must continue to paint if work is to proceed. However, the team is concerned that convincing the subject with force or coercion may only entrench him further. Action to be taken suggested a high dose of redacted to be introduced as food. Keira has redacted. If the subject's attitude does not improve, then low doses of redacted will be introduced in order to get compliance. So, 2-lane cell. Painting on the interior side. Painted something on that wall.
Shaded. Hope that glass is thick.
They're not shaded, they're taken. Oh. Oh yeah.
A higher access card.
It's on.
Sorry, but I need this. How many paintings did they have this guy make?
I'm not reading all these. Around the world, around the world. I got a reservation that our anniversary was I certainly never forgot was a week from this Friday. Let's take separate cars from the office. Can't have the bosses see us. Well, Friday was the 15th, I want to say. So a week from this Friday would be 22nd. Oh. Today's password. I maintain that seeing a movie together does not begin a relationship. Special. Today's password is the date of my special anniversary plus brown shape with horns. 44. Okay. This one I remember Trish's was fucking fired. She was way too focused on last week's lands on the meeting. She had about concerns of man's tyrant. Speaking about safety as long as a fire someone. Who this new password policy? What security concerns are they even talking about? We're a fenced-off government bunker in the middle of nowhere. I think they're getting paranoid anyway. So the security terminals, like, our anniversary is the base numbers and void, or black void. Password didn't work. Black void is 44, right? It's paintings. I need to get into this. 44 is right. It's like, because you're telling me you don't know when our anniversary is. Well, good luck with that. This password is the date of our special unforgettable anniversary plus brown shape with horns. I mean, this thing does not be a relationship. So then, 0920.
There.
I'm good. I remember the date on a game. Oh no.
Lockdown lifted. You are now safe to resume working.
Escovez, come in. Facility. Sub-level 1. You copy?
No, turn back. Area is extremely hostile. Fucking radios. They're on floor 1. I'll need help.
I don't have the ammo to fight all those. Why not deactivate the security then? Am I an idiot? I have no idea if it's even worth it killing everybody. I mean, I'll get the lore, I guess.
Avenue for further research. When we think of art successfully affecting reality, we always think of Alan Wake and his writing. This could be due to recency bias or simply the amount of recorded evidence skewing our opinion. But also, I wonder if writing's very nature is an advantage. Text can describe events in such explicit detail. The story gives the shadow a, how you say, blueprint, a map of what to make real. But not all art is like this. Music, sculpture, dance, cuisine, in our case, a painting. When the source material is open to interpretation, how will the shadow choose to interpret it? I think Diana will find the question very interesting. Most likely, he already has an answer. That's why I love her.
I didn't think I was ever going to stop talking. I guess I got some.
wasn't ready!
Oh!
Lincoln, out!
Anything worth it in here? Anything? In 2010, Lane was inadvertently involved in the AWE, visiting a cultural link where he lived under the care of Dr. Emil Hartman. Lane was seriously injured during the AWE. He received medical care in Seattle for 2 months, during which time he was questioned and cleared by FBC. After the Cauldron Lake Lake was seized and closed by the FBC, Lane moved to Wateree, Washington, where he currently resides. Recent surveillance confirms he has no known personal relationships or affiliation with paranatural groups. As requested, the observation team has confirmed that Lane continues to paint as of this date of this report. That's all I came in here for? 8 shells? 8 shotgun shells for that?
My team was on sublevel 1. I knew they were in danger. The Marmonts turned innocent people into tools using the FBC's authority. They thought they were untouchable out here, hidden away in the woods? No. Actions have consequences. And I'm the consequences.
Sublevel 1.
That's the research!
Ah, you fucking bastard!
Jules Marmont killed my team. He was taken by the Shadow. I'm sorry. I should get that gun while I'm up here.
I mean, that name is not very scientific. I mean, who came up with that? Shadow.
Comes to my lab and treats me like some kind of assistant. Un putain d'assistant? Moi? I run the lake house. This is my facility. Mine! He cannot just walk in here for 1 week, make some speeches, and then fly back to New York. Espèce de crétin! Prétentieux! The jackass thinks he's a fucking rock star! And he made fun of the name. Huh. Oh, the Shadow. The Shadow is good. It's evocative. He is just a jealous, spoiled little child. And I will make it so everyone can see this. I will make it so no one even remembers his name! Tous ces imbéciles là, hein? They all think I am a pencil pusher. They think I do not have the mind for such work. Eh bien, ils verront. Ils verront! I will take what they think is possible. And I will break it.
Okay. Oh no! Okay. Better. Let the firing mechanism work. Throwing the test subjects, test projectiles a good distance turned out pretty nice. The fittings between the grenade launcher and custom components are a bit loose. No proper lathe here still, but at least it works. Now, I just need some actual black rock for the test.
Okay, this should get me down to sub-level 5. And this should get me past any other problems.
There was a crack in the lake house. The Marmonts had let the lake in, but the water could not flow. It became trapped, stagnant, went bad. The truth was controlled here. The art was not art, just content for the experiment. The contrived overlap rebounded on itself, compressing, compounding, reflecting, and refracting. An urban legend and a murder in constant imbalance, cause and effect hopelessly entangled. Arranged wrong, the dream logic flawed. The feedback loop doubled and redoubled, out of control. The pressure kept building, looking for a release.
And then it did. It released all one. Oh. Hello, Carla. I've decided to resign you. Some black rock.
I do not want to fight. I'm going to level 2.
The Shadow had changed Jules Marmont into a hostile, paranatural entity. That made everything simpler. No arrest, no paperwork. I could put him down like the monster he was.
Sub-level 3.
Nothing works on these bastards.
Woo!
Water dripped from the ceiling as Diana stared at the folders stacked on her workstation. Each one was a branch of research. Drip. Some were thin, some thick. They represented years of her life, her work, dissecting the act of creation and examining the bloody pieces. Bringing in live subjects had been her idea. Drip. Bureau leadership denied their request. But after HQ went into lockdown, she took advantage of the chaos and got her artists. Jules had whined about the optics. Diana ignored him. Now in her office below the waterline of Cauldron Lake, she considered how to proceed. Jules was convinced the page they had found would come true. It promised disaster. A situation out of control. Impossible. Diana was always in control. Drip. Drip. She needed answers. She needed to quantify, to define, to control.
Drip.
Jules' team has found new pages written by Wake. He must have gotten Rudolph Lane painting again. His bullshit pedestrian methodology cannot produce results before mine. I have to go faster, no matter the cost. We're still behind our projections. The more the machines can produce, the closer we can calibrate them to Wake's style. But proper calibration takes a lot of raw material, and production is slow. No. We're changing directions. The hypothesis remains unchanged. Imitating Wake's writing style will allow us to generate art capable of linking with the threshold. Our live subject should match Wake's style much faster. People can be calibrated just like a machine. You simply have to push the right buttons.
Oh no, she's gonna go push buttons. How? Oh. How dare she? As a critic, define what is art? Art. It's just a bunch of... Okay. Come back. That's illegal. That's illegal. Screw you. Yeah, I'm in an elevator. You can't touch me. Ugly ass. Fuck you.
Please hold.
This is not level 4.
Please hold. Please hold.
The Marmonts were holding a painter here. Rudolph Lane. Does that ring a bell?
The shame of a man!
I think you are, or were, Rudolph Lane.
Himself! A self-portrait! Make them see!
Look, I might be able to help you. But I need information, cooperation.
No brush! Just himself!
Rudolph Lane was dying. Both murderer and victim. Red hues ran down his hands. Was it scarlet? Or cadmium? Too vivid to be maroon. Names don't matter, he decided. Color was pure. Inspiring. For the first time in years, he wanted to paint. A self-portrait. To say goodbye. No. To make them remember. To make them see what they did. He slapped his hands against the wall to steady himself. He began from there. No brush, just himself. The strokes were crude, violent. The pain, misery, and hate he'd endured there. The fire in his eyes and hands and bones all spread into the shape of a man. It was quick. Natural. Like a heart attack. He slumped down to the floor, smiling at the anger he left smeared across the wall.
Ooh, okay.
Sublevel 4.
Gotta find that elevator.
I don't know why I'm always surprised. Hi, Fox. Coffer!
Come on.
Deer heads.
Okay, black rock powder. Need to keep an eye out for more of these.
Yeah. Ooh, hooray. Oh, I hate this.
This fucking maze. Shifting geometry bullshit. Come on.
The lake house was underwater. The Marmont's ambitions had finally been realized. Jules had dangled the painting like a lure and hooked an ocean. Their machines couldn't hold it. A fault in the system. The water rushed in, filled it until it was ready to burst. All their successes and failures had led them here. The work had made them into monsters. But the lake house was still theirs. It always would be. They could feel an outsider trespassing in their labs. I know you're here, they called out to the dark. They hunted floor by floor. They wouldn't let the intruders stop their progress. This was their home, their beloved tomb beneath the waves.
Official complaint of malicious behavior. Complaint is maliciously keeping research material away from your team. But he says they simply haven't been misplaced. I understand your frustration, but I recommend giving his team a week or so to find the pages and return them to your team. If the issue persists, you can't forbid anything. You're not going to keep me from the most important learning. On the morning of Redacted, the musician held at the lake house for research purposes was discovered missing from her cell. Security footage from the cell, which has before was damaged electrical interference. Blank. Redacted had known professionally as Redacted had produced a song called Six Breaths during their time at the lake house. That was considered very promising as research material by Dr. Mamet and Dr. Mamet. Redacted somehow used her song to orchestrate her escape. Efforts to find Redacted were brief, with a wider search considered an unacceptable risk to the lake house's name and confidentiality. An investigation currently going on in the lighthouse involving the dismissal of Redacted. An investigation is currently ongoing as to whether the subject used the song they created as his Redacted means of escape. Truly comprehend the threshold, Cauldron Lake. We must first understand subtraction of art. However, the definition of art is varied. I feel like we've read a lot of this stuff, or at least ideas of this stuff. Woodworking. Of course. I will scroll through this. If you want to pause and read through it, be my guest. I'm just kind of reading through it real quick in my head.
He booked the lab. Some big experiment tomorrow. I can't find the details anywhere. That bastard is hiding them. All those years, he steals credit for my ideas and my work, and now he's scared of being plagiarized? Oh, that is really fucking rich, Jules. Oh, and he's reportedly misplaced the manuscript pages I need for my work. Suddenly, the exact pages that I need to reference have just vanished. He is actively impeding critical bureau research. I mean, if he can do that, then what is stopping me from going down to that lab? And I don't know, just inverting the amplifiers or misaligning the receivers or both. It's the same thing in principle.
This doesn't look like Lane's style. Different artist.
That looks like from one of his books, The Fall of Alex Casey.
The color was pure! The fire made them see!
Oh, Jesus. 1, 2, 3.
Sublevel 5.
6. No.
The Marmonts had opened the door into Cauldron Lake's threshold. It was forced. It was unstable. Shutting the experiment down was the only option.
Typical fucking morons.
That's a dodge! Okay, come on now, you stupid game. How is that not a dodge?
Where'd she go?
How is that not a dodge? My God.
Why did you idiots think this was a good idea?
The pain! No blood!
I know what the Marmonts did to you, to Rudolph Lane. I will do whatever I can to make sure this kind of thing doesn't happen again.
A putrid weight he could never wash away!
The threshold is tearing itself apart. I need to shut this down. The Marmonts are dead. I don't know if that's any sort of consolation, but it's done.
The pain, it was all over him!
Look, I'm sorry. I know you didn't make a choice here. It's not fair, but I have to shut this threshold down before it fractures.
Agent Estevez stood in the forest just outside of Bright Falls. She watched her team detain Alan Wake and Ilmo Koska, stuffing them into black SUVs. She realized this was the moment Wake had been writing in the vision she had seen. The story was coming true. She pushed the thought out of her head. It had been a good tip, a way to find Wake. Nothing more.
Alan Wake! After the Threshold event collapsed, I was back at Cauldron Lake. But for a moment, I was somewhere else. I saw Alan Wake there. He was writing about me finding him in Bright Falls, in the woods. It was a good tip. I called the surviving members of my team, and I told them to meet me there. You know, these cases, they never get less ambiguous or easier. This one, this was tough. Because protocol says entities like the Taken are monsters, threats. But the Marmonts were monsters way before the Shadow got to them. So at the end of the day, what's the difference?
We wrote so many things, wrote them for you and me. We're here standing on a precipice. We are ready to take a leap, but that only comes after. For this was the end scene. This was the end of an era. This was the sum of my body of work. When I'll be long gone, you can hold this together, and you can take it or leave it. Everything that comes after, and we'll always have this. All these moments that led us here, all this joy and these heartaches, they're woven into our very fabric. Can take that away from us. The journey that brought us here. The journey that made us who we are. The journey that brought us here. From this deep breaths, deep breaths. Clock stopped, and another shoe was dropped. What a mess, what a mess. Deep breaths. 6 deep breaths, forget all the rest. Sharp pain, sharp pain. There's something in the way. What next? Sharp pain. Deep breaths. 6 deep breaths, forget all the rest. Go, go, I gotta let go, go of everything that I've ever known. Deep breaths. Slow, gotta take it slow, 'cause that's the fastest way that I know. Deep breaths. 6 deep breaths till the pain subsides. 6 deep breaths till I'm fine, fine. 6 deep breaths, swallow all my pride. And just like that, I've arrived. I feel like I'm floating on air. I'm finding roads everywhere. I feel like I'm floating on air. The nightmare can't have my dream. I feel like I'm floating on air. I'm finding roads everywhere. I feel like I'm floating on air. The nightmare can't have my dream. Cannot have my dream. Gaslight, something isn't right. It might be best to feel the test. Deep breaths, 6 deep